So many of you may or may not know, but recently dropped a special episode titled Adam Eve, in which basically the backstory of Samantha and how she became Adam Eve. And let me tell you, this episode is undoubtedly my favorite episode I've seen of it so far. I love season 1, but this show has not only one of my favorite fights, but also the plot of this show is a game changer within the storyline, and I just can't wait to actually dive deep into the significance of this entire special episode. So you see, the Adam Eve special episode is an excellent showcase of how the series has taken the time to develop and flesh out Adam Eve's character. I loved her in this episode so much better than when she's older, because she's younger in this episode, and it gives her whole backstory. As she gets older, I feel like they just didn't flesh out her character as much, but now with this episode is doing a better job of showing how she truly was in her family dynamic. Throughout the entire series, we've seen her struggle with her powers and responsibilities as a superhero, but this episode allows us to delve deeper into her emotional journey, understanding her vulnerabilities and the way she carries one of the most powerful heroes in the universe. It's such a refreshing change of pace to see her shine as a central focus, adding layers of complexity to her personality. In this episode, it does a fantastic job of unveiling Adam Eve's mysterious past and how she came into existence. Learning about her origin story was a jaw-dropping moment for me. The fact that she was artificially created by the villainous Titan using a combination of cloning and superpowers technology was mind-blowing. The revelation adds just a new dimension to her character, making her even question her identity and purpose in the world. And the thing is, she wasn't the only one. Obviously, when you see stories like this where you have cloned people, you know they're not the only one of the first test subject. They have so many more. And so we get to actually see the other test subjects, which is basically our brothers and sisters, and we got to see them actually dog it out. They got to fight it out, and it ended up becoming one of my favorite fights. The animation for this was insane. It helped showcase Adam Eve's growth as a hero and the inner conflict she faced when forced to confront her family. The emotional intensity during the fight scenes was palpable, and the animation style made it even more captivating. And the confrontation served as just such a turning point in her character arc, pushing her to embrace her true self and define her place in the superhero world. And another thing that needs to be talked about is the family dynamic that Adam Eve actually has with her foster parents. You see, in the actual series, we did get to see a portion of it and how they treated Adam Eve, just very different from how a regular parent would to their offspring. But within this special episode, we got to see the dynamic. We got to see that the mother does try to be there for Sam and does her best to be an offer of support and pillar. The father, not so much. It's not that he's not trying, it's that he chokes up a lot. He lets a lot of the aggression and rage he has just come out onto Eve, and even though it's sad to say, it does cause her to stray away from her parents a lot and go out on her own. That's the reason why she became a hero. She was done being in her parents' house. She was to go out and be for herself, in which so much happened by doing that. But that also gave her the ability to go out and want to save and help people and be there for them as well. And I just feel like that's such a new and refreshing thing in animation. We don't get to see that. Like, even with his actually family, before we knew Omni-Man was, a Viltrumite evil, I mean, he was such a good father. The mother was always there. Samantha was kind of the opposite, where she had to learn things on her own, and she had bad parents. So that's just something new. It's such a good way to add that into the episode. Now we'll talk about the animation. Oh my goodness, the Adam Eve special episode truly outdid itself. The visuals were stunning, and the fight scenes were flawlessly choreographed. Every punch, kick, and display of powers was executed with such precision and fluidity. It made sure it was a pure joy experience. The animation quality added an extra layer of depth to Adam Eve's power, emphasizing the sheer magnitude of her abilities. It's no surprise that fans couldn't stop raving about the episode's visual brilliance. Bro, she put on armor. She was not doing this in the actual series. I'm so glad that they allowed her abilities to be expanded further and showed how she can literally engulf herself into her own abilities. She not only learned how to fly, she not only pulled a little static shock move where she was skating on the little, that's all you feel me. But she also had to put on armor, and that was such a nice way to add that into it. Another aspect that struck me when watching this episode was how much I preferred the younger version of her. of Adam Eve over her current portrayal. In her youth, she was brimming with optimistic hope and a sense of wonder about the world and her powers. As she matured, some of that sparkle seemed to fade away, replaced by the weight of responsibility and the harsh realities of being a hero. Granted, that's what happens to everybody. As you get older, life actually starts to hit you. But I just love how her character was at that time. While her growth and development are essential to the storyline, I can't help but miss that youthful charm that made her character so enduring in the first place. Again, fight scenes is crazy. Her battling her siblings was undoubtedly has to go into the top fights of this year so far. The action, the speed of the fight was insane. The different abilities, the way they incorporated different things within this fight, it honestly felt like this was recorded. It wasn't like a animation blur from points in there, here and there. No, this was like you can see every single punch, you can see every single throw, all her abilities at full capacity. And then she went full mode. Oh my goodness. And then we got to see Adam go God mode. It was just insane because we know her abilities, subatomic particle manipulation, whatnot. But I didn't know how powerful that could honestly be. Where she basically went like a Dark Phoenix mode from X-Men type of mode like that, but just an Invincible. And that was insane as well. And I'm saying, like, that's the stuff we don't get to see in season 1 of Invincible. We don't get to see all of these moves from Adam Eve. We don't get to see her character development. Again, the main story is not about her. It's about Mark and stuff like that. But it's just beautiful. It just did a beautiful work with this special episode. I'm so glad that it was released. To wrap everything up, the Adam Eve special episode of Invincible has been an absolute game changer in the series. It gave us a deeper understanding of Adam Eve's character development, explored her past and origins, and provided an intense and visually stunning battle with her siblings. The animation style and fight scenes were nothing short of incredible, showcasing the sheer power and complexity of her abilities. Now, while I do miss the younger version of Adam Eve, her growth as a character remains an essential aspect of the overall storyline. Let me know what y'all think of the Adam Eve special episode. I know I'm a little late to it. It came out a few weeks ago. But hey, you know, better late than never. So, please do me a favor, man. Hit that subscribe button. Come on, you get content from me all the time. Just, you know, subscribe button, like here and there. That's cool. Anyways, I know how it is. Y'all have a blessed one.